Hello, everybody. It is Captain Marty here, and thank you for stopping by our little podcast fishing report. Everything's holding about the same. I will tell you what all is going on, and we'll talk a little bit about how to get some shrimp at the end, so be sure to stick with us, and I'll be right back.
Teach's Lair Marina in Hatteras Village is the closest spot on the Outer Banks to the Gulf Stream. Just inside Hatteras Inlet, Teach's Lair is fully loaded with bait, tackle, ice, snacks, and drinks for your fun-filled day out on the water. Want to get rigged up to catch the big one? Lee and the gang in the tackle shop can outfit you to catch whatever is eager to get hooked. To see the marina, the tackle shop, or to book a charter, go online to teacheslair.com. Teach's Lair Marina in Hatteras Village. Your fishing venture awaits.
Real. That's the first word that comes to mind when I think about Outland Seafood in Mans Harbor. Yeah, they're the first and last place you see coming to and leaving the Outer Banks on Highway 64 in Dare County, but they're also real when it comes to fresh local seafood. Troy Outland, real. Curtis and Josh, real. The indoor crab shedders, real. Stop by and see for yourself right next to White Shopping Center and check them out on social media. Outland Seafood in Mans Harbor, real.
All right. We always talk offshore fishing first, and not much changed. The Hatteras fleet had good catches of blackfin tuna, some small dolphin or mahi in their catches. Occasionally a billfish bite, mostly sailfish, and a scattered blue marlin. And then inshore fishing, wasn't a whole lot of that going on. They've been catching a few amberjacks. They've been doing a little bottom fishing. When I say inshore, I'm talking about anything inside of the Gulf Stream, really. But there has been some opportunity even closer to the inlet for Spanish mackerel. They have had ribbon fish and bluefish, and there's been some big schools of drums. Not every day, but a lot of days they're finding drum all around the inlet, so that's good. The Oregon Inlet fleet had pretty fair yellowfin tuna fishing and a few blackfin tuna. I saw Barry Sawyer on the waist knot out of Pirates Cove Marina had a nice mixed catch, but buddy, you had to steer around the sharks. I don't know what holds them on the north side of Diamond Shoals, on the north side of Cape Hatteras. It seems like the shark stuff is worse than it is down on the Hatteras end. Seems that way anyway. But if you could avoid the sharks, you get some yellowfins or some blackfin tuna. They also had some Baylor dolphin, and there's been a sailfish bite, hot and cold, over the last few days, with some multiple flags flying in riggers, and a very scattered blue marlin, as we saw in the boat builders tournament, going on as well. So that's what's happening offshore. As far as the piers and the surf, we have a lot of variety. What we don't have is a lot of numbers, and it changes from day to day. So just know that the mix, whether you're on the pier or whether you're fishing in the surf, the mix is going to be croakers, bluefish spot, sea mullet, pompano. And if it's your lucky day, you might catch a speckled trout, a puppy drum, or a black drum. Not seeing a whole lot in the way of the trophy fish, even though we do have people that are putting in major time. There have been a few king mackerel. There have been a scattered cobia, and there's been a couple of tarpon even caught. But that's really going to be for the experts, mostly out on the end of the pier. A good spot this time of year to fish for a speckled trout is off the beach on the north side of most any pier. Don't ask me why, but I know some of my favorite speckled trout buddies, they love to get down there early in the morning with something like a mirror lure and just work it along the pilings from the beach. So that might be a fishing tip that would help you a little bit. But if you got the kids and you want to get out on the pier and do some fishing, remember, you won't need a fishing license. You'll be covered by their blanket license, and they'll have all the gear you need. If you have no gear at all, they can still set you fishing. One way or the other, they'll sell you an affordable combo, or they'll rent you one. So that's what's going on there. We're going to take a little break right here, and then it's also business as usual in the sound, too. I'll be right back.
Come and experience fishing for the whole family aboard the Crystal Dawn at Pirates Cove Marina in Manio. The Crystal Dawn is a roomy 65-foot headboat, fully equipped with the latest gear to give you the best fishing experience. Worried about getting seasick? Fear not. The Crystal Dawn stays in safer and shallower waters to lessen the likelihood of that happening. Half-day and private fishing trips are available. To find out more, go online to crystaldawnheadboat.com. The Crystal Dawn Headboat out of Pirates Cove. Fishing that is fun for all ages.
So back in the Sound, we've got several things going on. We've had some good puppy drum fishing. We've had some good big red drum fishing. It's two different things, two different kind of styles of fishing, but really the drum are in all of the size classes from puppy drums to above that slot size to yearlings to the big drum. That's the North Carolina state fish. These fish are on the move, working up and down the shoals, and they're feeding on blue crabs and shrimp and menhaden and mullet. That to be the four things that they're feeding on, and there's thankfully plenty of that available for them to eat. Really a fun fish to catch, a beautiful fish, and plenty of opportunity. You don't need a boat if you want to charter a boat. This makes a great birthday present or a Father's Day or Mother's Day present to get out there and go with a professional guide. Be careful about who you book, and make sure if you do a little bit of homework. Word of mouth is really important. There are some people that just because they own a 25-foot boat does not make them an effective captain. So you want to talk to people that have been in it for a while, that are well known, properly licensed, and don't go for the cheapest boat. That's a mistake. In that fishery, there's a lot of price ranges, so ask around if there's anything I can do to help you with that. You can ask me on my Facebook page. Just go to Marty Brill or Captain Marty Brill. Either way, I'll answer you. So it's puppy drum, some big drum, good speckled trout bite, same kind of thing, all over, widespread, a little bit smaller than they were, but the numbers are still up. And that's also a great thing to fish for on the backside of Hatteras Highland, back of the villages, the Tri-Villages area. Put on some old tennis shoes and go into your local tackle shop. Get them to find out or tell you what is the best rig. And I would say try a popping cork. I tried it for the first time not long ago. Pretty fascinating. An easy rig to use, and it mimics the sound of a shrimp kind of being attacked on the surface. And it's really elementary. I don't know who thought that up, but it's a good way to catch a speckled trout. And finally, as promised, I'll tell you that the shrimping is pretty good now in the Sound. But just because you go into a major grocery store and see shrimp that look fresh, be careful. Our local shrimp are really sweet. They are mostly the brown shrimp, getting ready to change over to the green shrimp. And if you were blindfolded, you couldn't tell the difference as far as flavor goes. But if you go over to, like, say, towards Stumpy Point, one of my sponsors is Luke Midget and Insane Seafood, and you can buy a 50-pound box of shrimp. And as of last week, the price was for heads-on assorted shrimp was $3.50 a pound. And so you can go drive over there. It's a nice drive. Stumpy Point's a cool place anyway. And ride over there and get you a box of fresh shrimp right off the boat. And you can take those home, head them yourself, or they'll sell them to you headed. They're going to be a little more expensive. But you think, what am I going to do with 50 pounds of shrimp? Well, once you take the heads off, you have about 35 pounds of shrimp. And if you're here in a beach house with couple or three families, you'd be surprised how quickly you'll go through them. So it's like, there's just a million ways to prepare them, and there's no better way than when they're fresh. So just know that if they're not fresh local shrimp, there is no telling where your shrimp came from. So be careful. And that is about it for today. We've been through the whole list, and I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you have a great day on the Outer Banks if you're visiting, and if you're a local, well, you're just blessed anyway. So have a great day.